Will all Jenny Weaver followers report to this video, please? Will all Jenny Weaver followers report to this video, please? All right, so I know I haven't been on here in 3 months, got, different projects and stuff that I'm working on. But these warnings, if I'm just being honest, I was really supposed to do this like back in July, August, and God done brought it right back around. And so here I am. So 3 years ago, I put a few videos out about, they were really warnings to Jenny Weaver and anyone that's following her. And one of them was a warning about charging for the core group. And then another one was about a former core group member who pretty much was speaking out about the group because it's a cult. That's just exactly, that was just the way that God gave it to me. It's a cult. Now, just to give a quick backstory, because I'm still receiving comments from something I put out 3 years ago, and a lot of y'all be commenting under it, and you have no clue even what you're talking about. And so, for a quick backstory, many people have no idea that I was part of a ministry whose apostle was Ryan Lestrange. And if you follow Jenny Weaver, she calls him her spiritual father. Now, I've never, was a part of her core group or the business she got going on. I was because it's not a ministry. Let me get that straight. It's a business. I was never a part of that. I knew about her, of course, because she would be on Facebook Lives and stuff like that with Ryan Lestrange. But as far as actually following her, I never done it. And so I knew about her because of Ryan Lestrange. And I learned of him, check this out. I learned of him from a pastor of a ministry I was part of for 8 years. He was the one that pretty much told me, I believe it was during that time, they had the Grown. It was some group. This was about 5 years ago. But I was part of this ministry for 8 years. And he was the one literally that would tell me, what they would do in the group and, the community group. And he would tag me into the Facebook Lives, all of that. That was how I knew about Ryan Lestrange. What many people don't even realize is God has literally put me in the enemy's camp. Literally. Wasn't searching for it. Again, as someone, I used to follow Ryan Lestrange. And then I was a part of a ministry who I didn't know he was their apostle. And so God literally set the whole thing up. And so to you Jenny Weaver followers, because y'all still under my comments. First off, God has already said that he will make my forehead as strong as y'all's. And so a lot of y'all, remind you, God was sending prophets on these platforms to warn y'all of her. And some of them, y'all done ran off. You can't run me off. You can't run me off. Then I seen a comment, someone saying, oh, so these are one of those gossip channels. So it's a gossip channel because I'm telling you the truth. Okay. Well, I'm letting you know your God, lowercase g, she's leading y'all to witchcraft. She's leading you into witchcraft. And she's doing it openly, but y'all want to attack me in the comments while defending a witch. Let me run this clip.
Here in the sanctuary, and this setup that you see with the curtains is something that the Lord gave me for our deliverance and inner healing clinic today. It's called the Forgiveness Walkthrough, and we have some rocks right there, and the ladies will hold on to hard places in their heart. They will walk through the first section, and they will be in this section for a little bit. Got the podium, a Bible there, representing church leaders, church people, and authority figures. And they will lay down any bitterness, offense, and unforgiveness. Then when they feel free from that and they've released, they will walk through this area. This is for parents, caregivers, family members. So anything in their childhood. Let's keep going. And then they will pass through the next section. Men and any relationships that they've experienced brokenness from, breaking soul ties in this area right here. Then they will pass through the next one. This one is pretty intense. This one is for abusers and enablers. You see the little dress there for innocence, the cage right there. And then they will pass through the final one, and they will be faced with forgiving their self right here in the mirror. When they've done that, they pick up their crown, their little Esther scepter, and then they've completed the forgiveness walk. It's going to be amazing.
So, let me get this straight though. She's telling y'all to grab this stone. You grab the stone, and then you walk through this forgiveness pass-through. You walk through a forgiveness pass-through. She got the chairs. She got, little tangible items. You know, witches do that stuff right. Witches do that stuff. It's called an altar. They do that. But y'all telling me I'm wrong. God ain't confused. He's not confused. Last time that I checked, I thought Jesus said that he's the way, the truth, and the life. Maybe I'm missing something. He never said you had to walk through a forgiveness pass-through. You grab this stone, which is New Age too. You grab this stone and you just pass through. And then, she got the chairs with the spiritual leaders. That's a whole, that's a number one sign of a cult. When they put man as spiritual or true authority over the authority of the Lord Jesus Christ. But y'all don't want him. Y'all want a witch. And this whole thing, just even with deliverance, is he not Jehovah Mephalti? Jehovah Mephalti. The God who delivers, the deliverer. But you got to go through all this stuff just to be delivered. It's witchcraft. It's witchcraft. Now, the question I have is, why ain't nobody, any of these Christian YouTubers, who are so infatuated with witchcraft and witches, and they make it their business to expose Hollywood. They quick to expose Hollywood, but ain't nobody said nothing about this witch in the pulpit. Ain't nobody said nothing. But you know why? Because they know if they give attention to it, they're going to be burning a lot of bridges and losing a lot of money.